And we beat these folk. Whoop-de-doo, we beat them. We go forward. Whoop-de-doo.
The Union Music Group, baby. I had a problem, y'all.
This is a new release by.
Can I tell y'all my story? Can I tell my story, y'all? Early this morning, woke up with a smile on my face. I had an epiphany that some shit just ain't gon' change.
You don't mind if I play this over your picture? Okay. One thing I like about this candidate here is he a real person.
You just can't stand to see me with another man. You don't really want me. Whoop-de-doo. I just found the man that really do. You don't really want me. Whoop-de-doo. I just found the man that really do. Now I gotta move on with my life, 'cause he done asked me to be his wife. Don't wanna be your option no more. Found a man I can be a wife for. You thought you had your thing on a string. Now I got myself a wedding ring. Now we just gotta let it burn. 'Cause some lessons gotta be learned. Now I bet you start needing me, missing me. You'll start loving me. But ain't no way you gon' make me stay. You don't really want me. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. I just found
Over
the
to
man that really
M-Bar.
do.
Be sure to take your credentials to M-Bar because they're not letting you in if you don't have the right credentials. And make sure you park where you're supposed to park. I had it down low. Can you hear it now? You don't hear me at all?
I just found the man
Delay is
that
something else.
really do. That really want me for me, loves and takes care of me.
Hey, this coming Tuesday, 1:30, they're going to be at the state capitol. We're talking about Southern Soul. And then at 5 o'clock, they're going to go over to the M-Bar. So make sure you get your VIP seats. It is a no-charge event. All you got to do is get up off the couch and go. But you have to have your ID. You got to have an ID to get in. I don't care if your teeth falling out. You got to have an ID. Another thing is, don't park where you know you shouldn't be parking and you're saying, I can park right there. Because your vehicle will get towed.
And show me that his heart is in it. That's why I said, and I'ma do it over and over and over and over again.
I got my guy in here, man. He coming down through the finish. We don't run to the finish line. We run through the finish line. Yeah. Oh, I told you I had him in here. I ain't got him on the mic yet. He said, who's funny? You don't like this intro. You probably don't.
You don't really want me. Whoop-de-doo. Yes, he will. I just found the man that really do.
Real change. I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need, Real plans for real change. I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need.
I'm wearing this shirt so that I can get close to people that I probably couldn't normally get close to. Because what we're doing is I changed it to Make America. If you look and see, guys is great again.
Okay.
Because what we're trying to do is give a message of peace, love, and hope. Because what I'm trying
I can see if we repeat the cycles, we'll see the same thing and no change. If we don't follow this man's plans that he got from a heaven above. Love, 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 love. And I know that's for real change. I know that sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need. I know that sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need. Real plans for real change. Real chance for real change. I know that sounds strange. Real plans for real change. Real plans for real change that we need. Real plans for real change. Real plans for real change. I know that sounds strange. Real plans.
So that's a beautiful commercial song.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we mic'd up now. That's a nice song.
Thank you, sir. I actually freestyled that one night and
Real
put it
plans
into
for
a
real.
little AI.
That's nice.
Really nice.
I know that sounds strange.
All true too.
I know he's the man that we need.
I'm wearing this shirt.
Howard Sanders, hey, hey, hey.
People that I probably couldn't normally get close to.
Thanks for
Because
inviting
what
me
we're
back.
doing
Oh,
is
brother, it's always a pleasure.
changing
We just
to make
growing
America.
together.
If you look and see, God is great
Growing
again.
together, sir.
Because what we're trying to do is give a message of peace, love, and hope. Because what I'm trying
I can see if we repeat the cycles, we'll see the same thing and no change.
Give a shout out to
If we
Mr.
don't follow
H.R.S.
this
Senior. I made him a grown man.
ownership
I made my mama a grown woman.
I think it's in the way we have been programmed over the past few years with and I'm gonna speak on us for a second.
Right.
Dark skinned folks.
Okay.
We don't like
light-skinned folks.
We're gonna deal with them in a minute. No, because sometimes it's like this.
That even has some-
you can learn a lot from crossing over and meeting other people. Remember I told you I got back from LA.
Right.
I loved it. It was everybody.
Okay.
It wasn't a black and white thing like you have here.
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting
too many
pot,
flavors.
and I loved it. It
Too
was.
many flavors in the crayon box.
It's what I would like to see Jackson, Mississippi, and surrounding
We need some
areas
more of that.
become. Is where are our Asian brothers? Where are our Indian brothers and sisters?
Hispanics.
Yeah, everybody living next door to each other.
Right.
Picky. So, what I see with that celebrity mentality is we've been don't criticize.
Want to welcome Mr. Purtis Herman Williams III back to the Community Connections Conversations. This is our is it our third, fourth, fifth conversation?
For the candidacy, yeah, this is third.
Third, okay.
one, yeah.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, sir. On
Pleasure
the
to be
couch,
here.
Visions Unlimited Studios, Jackson Resource Center, I Grind Coffee and Tea, and give a shout out to HT, Herman Taylor. I called him to get
definitely.
him in here to host tonight, and he just...
You know, he doing his show tonight. It's Thursday, slow jam, love music. So, you know, somebody got to be out there spreading the love too.
We need a lot of love. Need a
Yeah,
lot of with the
definitely
right
need
kind.
that.
Excuse me, the appropriate love.
Well, there's only one kind of love.
What kind of love is that?
The right kind.
The right
See,
kind.
if somebody doing something different, that's not loving. See, if you're not, a lot of people associate love with being real nice and not offensive, but that's not love, though. That's actually sometimes hate when I'm telling you all these nice things rather than telling you things that you could do to correct yourself and be a better person. So let's not confuse love. How does God show you love? Through chastisement.
Got to get it.
So if that's how God shows you love,
That's why he put that meat on the back end of the tailbone.
well, I think they told you, I think you're supposed to aspire.
Here we go.
Aren't you supposed to aspire to be more God-like?
Hey, we blasting off.
Hey,
That's why you got that extra meat below the tailbone.
well, you know, extra meat below the tail.
That booty. Put some wood on it, some belt, some
If
switches.
you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So we've seen that doesn't work to
Doesn't
do
work.
timeouts. Timeouts don't work.
Go stand in the corner. Okay.
Go stand in the corner. That's not gonna work. No. So you need to go. But again, they'll tell you that children respect an authority figure a lot more than they do a passive individual. You know. So the fear that we had when we were young was daddy when he get home.
Ooh.
You know. Wait till your daddy get home.
Wait till your daddy get home.
Right.
Ooh.
That was the worst thing.
But that's a pleasurable thing to have heard when you get to be this age.
When you get to be this age, you
very appreciative.
You remember that fear you had.
Yes, sir.
And respect you had.
Right.
When mama said, wait till your daddy get home, you straighten up, fly right, try to do your best so that she don't tell daddy.
Hey, you know what? So that she don't tell daddy.
Please don't tell
I want to thank you, man. You did a wonderful positioning of the camera. I'm gonna take a picture of that. You look at that.
Well, you know, I actually do podcasting myself. So,
and did I give any pushback? First of all, you asked, could you?
I did.
May I have permission too?
Before I touch anybody's equipment, I think it is appropriate to ask.
Man, you did really nice on that.
So that when we're talking, it actually looks like I'm not staring to the side. I'm looking directly into the camera. Now look, there you go again.
I got to get it, man. That's nice. And the microphone is not in the way. Before we're blasting off. We got a good hour and we're blasting off. And I want to thank you for making this and making the effort to get here with all the things that are going on. We're coming down to the crunch time. But I found something, and I'm gonna show what I found. Let me share. And it says, your authenticity, how do you pronounce that word?
Authenticity.
Your authenticity is your superpower. Own it unapologetically. Give me a little, that's that. When I saw that, I said, I know exactly who that goes
make
with.
That?
No, you didn't.
I was about to say, I didn't make that. My picture behind it.
Your pictures.
I'm like, that doesn't sound like a Purtis statement.
Right.
But your authenticity, you know, be who you are, who God created you to be. Don't be a sheep, so to speak, following everybody else, doing what everybody else is doing. You know, your superpower is who you are and what you bring to the table as an individual, you know. So shine. You know,
I say glow loudly.
Glow loudly, yeah. Hey, everybody's glowing differently.
Okay.
But don't bring your darkness in. Bring your light.
Bring your light to the party.
And why apologize for being yourself? You should apologize for being fake.
All right. When we were here last, you gave us a little peekaboo.
Oh, yeah.
Into your family history, into a very prominent man, a man that was out there on the front lines that people say, well, why is he doing this? And who is he? And blah, 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 blah. When you're doing the work, you don't have to stand up and say you're doing the work. So give us a little insight. Do you mind sharing?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Would you please kind of give us a little insight on the man before you?
Well, you know, my father is who he's talking about. Purtis Herman Williams Jr., or the second, great man. Everyone speaks extremely highly of him, how he fought for the people of Brookhaven, especially the black community. His research was like mine, or I'll say mine is similar to his.
Okay.
He was able to go in and find things that were monies that were being misappropriated or lied about, being misused. One of the stories I remember is someone saying how the council was claiming they were paving all these roads in the black community, and he found that they weren't. They were still dirt roads.
Now, and your dad was
He was a alderman.
In which city?
In Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Okay, nice sized community.
Right. And he was running for supervisor.
And this was back in 1980s.
He was first elected in 1977.
Okay.
He and a few other guys were the first black elected officials in Lincoln County.
Okay.
And he later ran for a supervisor, and I want to say it was in 82, 83, so that's when he got killed. So he was running for that office when he was killed.
Wow.
But my father was also the manager of Williams Mortuary, the ones who care in Brookhaven, Mississippi. Also, my grandfather started that business as it was a second business from my great-grandfather who had a funeral home in Purtis, Mississippi. So they brought affordable funerals to the Brookhaven area. And we still do that today. My aunt, Patricia Tillman, Williams Tillman, she runs the funeral home with my other aunts, Perdine Williams and Brown and Beverly Howard. And excuse me, they make sure that people are buried for a reasonable price, but still a nice service.
Right.
So that's something that we've been doing since my grandfather started the business in Brookhaven. I want to say it was 1945 when that branch opened. So we've always been community-based persons.
Not only community-based, but servants to and for the community.
Well, definitely, it's not so much about you having it all.
Yes, sir.
If the people around you don't have anything.
They don't have scratch.
So how do you look if everybody has nothing and you have something? I don't like going, that's something I used to tell people back when I was younger. The reason I put so many people on, as they like to call it, gave them positions or jobs, is because I didn't like going to places and being the only one buying drinks. I didn't like paying the tab by myself, So it was better to see a friend reach and grab it, That's one of the things I enjoyed, was seeing the people around me coming up and doing better, and they'll say, "Hey, I got it." So that's one of the things I think I pull from my family, and that's on both sides. Whether it be my mother's father and her mother, or my father's side. They're givers. I remember my grandfather on my mother's side. Somebody walk in the yard, he's like, "Sugar, fix them a plate." Ask them if they hungry. "Sugar, fix them a plate." So, those are the things that I remember growing up, is we were taking care of each other. And if one of us got it, we try to show somebody else how to get it.
So what is the relevance of someone who already has it representing a district or a group of people that don't have it? What's your philosophy or your insight on that?
I think we can look at the history of what's been going on.
That I made an effort to throw a curveball.
Well, there's no such thing.
And you straighten that thing up into a fastball.
If the ball come out your hand, I can hit it. I was a pitcher.
So you said we're going to look at the history. Give me a little insight on the history.
I think one of the things we discussed in the last conversation is we're constantly picking people who it's impressive to say, "I went to Harvard, I went to Yale, I went to Oxford," and that impresses the small person. Well, those people don't have anything in common with you. They don't have anything in common with you. They're not working the type of job you're working. They're not buying the kind of car you're buying. They're not living in the neighborhood you're living in. Their kids or children don't go to the schools your children go to. So you may see them in your church. That's the only place that you can say we're alike, is in the church, which again is a show. If the church was actually legitimate and doing something, we wouldn't have poverty in America. And yes, I said that. You wouldn't have a preacher in a G8 and a Bentley and doing God's work while there are homeless people out here, if the church was actually something to look up to.
And that goes back to your, how you pronounce that word again?
Authenticity.
Is your superpower.
Okay. But once again, is what are we doing to look at history and say, these people aren't relatable to us. They can't relate to us. So why am I voting for them again? See, working class people know what working class people need. And that's why I'm pushing for more working class people to get into politics. A nurse knows what's best for the hospitals. A doctor knows. A plumber knows what's better for plumbing, for what's better for salaries, what they should be. Engineers know better. Mechanics know better. You know, sanitation crews know. The people who work at the water system. Guess who doesn't know?
Tell me who doesn't know.
A billionaire banker doesn't know anything about how you're living. Hey, we can even say a millionaire who's running a successful company and has 10 branches. Well, go and talk to his employees. See how they're doing. Are any of them having to Uber too?
Just watch them walk out the building at the end of the day and see how they look.
Right. Now, there's a guy, I can't remember his name. I should have looked it up because it's the second time I mentioned him. He's a CEO of a company who took a pay cut so he could raise his salary of his regular employees.
Do this for me. Google it right quickly.
All right.
Let's see if Gemini. I don't know if you use the Chat GPT. I use the Gemini.
I just use the easy breezy right here. Push the button. Google. Yeah.
I like your observation. I really enjoy your perspective and your perception, the humbleness, and the hitting the nail right on the head. What happens if you miss that nail and you're holding it with your finger?
Swing again.
You come up short.
After you finish screaming?
When you swing, what happens if you miss that nail?
And you hit your hand?
Yes.
You gonna scream. Dan Price.
Give us a little history on Dan. Give us a little something on Dan Price.
It says in 2015, Dan Price, the founder of Gravity Payments, famously slashed his own $1.1 million salary to $70,000 to establish a $70,000 minimum wage for all employees.
$70,000
minimum wage.
And this was in what year?
This is 2015.
And I bet you he's far and in between.
Well, I know that the business within a few years, it says the company revenue tripled and the customer base more than doubled. Yeah. Employee retention turnover dropped by approximately 50% and retention reached near perfect levels. So what he did was he took a company and did it what I like to say humanitarian-ish. He treated people like he would want to be treated.
Right.
And it turned around and his workers worked harder. They missed fewer days. The company revenue went up and everything got better at the company. You feel me? It's not so much about your ability to pay people less money and you think you're going to get quality workers.
No joke.
You got high turnover. Your customer service is horrible. And we're really forced to come to your restaurant. And a lot of times we refuse to go because the service was so bad. And that has a lot to do with your payments, how much you're paying people.
I say there's two types of lies. It might be more. Mm-hmm. One lie is telling yourself a lie and believing it. Go ahead.
There's a lot of that going on right now, brother.
The second lie is you see the liar coming.
Mm.
You see him coming. You know when his lips move, he lying. But you agree to the lie. Talk to me.
I'm having a hard time right now just not talking about what's going on in the world today. You know, we want to talk a little bit about my family history and everything, but you know something? We got to talk about your president right now. Did you hear the story? The military is over 200 complaints saying that this man, I'm not going to say he, allegedly the generals are giving them orders saying that Jesus told the president.
Are you serious?
Google it. Look it up. Look up.
So why are we standing? What? So
all you need to look up and see is 200 complaints military, and that'll pull it up. They're telling them Jesus told them to start this war to bring about Armageddon. I know you don't look at me crazy like that. Let
me show him how I was looking.
It sounds like you're watching a TV show. And I told y'all a long time ago, when you hire Steve Mnuchin to be your secretary or treasurer, expect a good show. He's a movie producer that Donald Trump hired the first term.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know. So
let me
so
ask you this.
it's Hollywood in Washington
Right now.
to some degree.
Right now.
Since Ronald Reagan, you know, again, people elected an actor to be the governor, and people are talking to me about experience. Are you serious? What kind of experience you looking for? The people who wrote the Constitution didn't have any. And the people who have experience right now, we're trying to get accurate files to implement people for kidnapping children, what do you say, sexually abusing children, having baby farms, and turning people into jerky. So what kind of experience do you think you need right now to fight against someone who is trying to bring about Armageddon? Do you need somebody who frequently may tell a preacher he's wrong? Or somebody you haven't even seen say a good comment about religion or what their beliefs are? So you ask yourself, who do you want to send into the war right now with the Armageddon guy? You trying to find that? You didn't look it up?
No. I was looking at this. I'm debating on whether I want to play this "Angry Get Shit Done" from American Gods. I don't know if they'll bleep it and stuff, but
ain't no telling.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Williams. There's 3 candidates that's going to be on the ballots on the Democratic. Give the people the insight about they don't have to vote within party lines. Let's capture that.
No, they don't. This is an open primary state. Mississippi has open primaries. So if you don't like what you're seeing in Mississippi, you have the right to go and vote against people also. So if, say for instance, if I'm a Democrat and the Republican governor is coming up for primary, I get to go and vote for a different candidate. Although I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican, I can still go and vote against him. So that same thing applies across the board. Even although we're having a Democratic primary, Republicans are allowed to vote in it. So the same Republicans who are in District 2, who have mentioned how they really need change in District 2, well, you're going to either get the same thing from Benny or Turnage, or you're going to get something new from outside force. So it's like Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. The object in motion tends to stay in motion unless it is acted upon by an outside force. Now,
wait. I'm listening, but I'm not. I'm hearing you, but I'm not listening. Hit me with that again.
Okay, so an object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object at motion tends to stay in motion. Now, those things don't change unless they're activated by an outside force. So if you're just sitting still, I can come up and push you. I'm an outside force. If you're traveling in a straight line and I come in and nudge you, I can change your direction. An outside force. So when you apply that to politics or business, most businesses run like a machine. Same thing every day. Nothing changes. But see, if you bring in a different manager, they're going to do something different.
Mm-hmm. Even if what is working is working.
But hey, that can happen too.
Is working.
Even if everything is working, they can make some changes and mess everything up. They can make some changes and make things better also. Like the job I'm working with now, right? Heard a lot of problems when I got there. It seems like everything is working smooth now.
Is that because you're on deck or?
No, I think it's the energy you bring kind of like when you hear a lot of bad things about stuff, people have low expectations, right? And so when you come in and you don't lower their expectations even more, things begin to balance out and then they can start rising up some. Yeah. So that's one of the things you got to think about is bringing a balanced energy in, non-judgmental, not a one-sided situation. And in politics, a lot of people want to be on one side. If you can't see anything wrong with your side, then you're the problem. If you can't see that the Democrats and the Republicans need to replace their leadership, then you're a problem. The leadership across the board needs to be replaced. It's simple as that. I don't think anyone in America can say we're doing better today than we were 20 years ago.
Shit, not even 5 years, 10 years ago. You're right. You're right.
So if that's the case, why are we going to give the keys back to someone who's been driving for 30 years?
Or who's dropping the keys at the door, trying to put the key in the door.
Trying to find the keys.
Trying.
Well, it may be that they're taking so long to get the keys into the ignition that by the time, they do that, the opportunity is already left. So we're seeing things in slow motion.
For the masses, but it ain't left for the person with the key.
Well, the person with the keys, they still own the vehicle. The money got, given to them to put gas in the car. Just because they didn't go anywhere, they didn't return the gas money.
Right.
Hey, I gave you gas money to take these people somewhere. Now, you took so long. Allegedly. So you took so long, they decided to find another way.
And forgot that you were supposed to be the one taking them.
They forgot you were supposed to be the one taking them, and they forgot you kept the gas money.
You kept the gas money.
You kept the gas money too. And hey, don't forget, you're bidding to do another trip.
You are breaking this all the way down.
Yeah,
you're bidding.
You bidding to do another trip. You want another contract to give us a ride, and we still waiting for the last 13 rides. We hadn't got a ride yet.
Why are we so blocked for the truth?
I think the truth makes us face our flaws, and nobody wants to be flawed. I think we love to say nobody's perfect. However, we don't want to be viewed as flawed. So it's kind of a
double-edged sword.
It's kind of a strange way that we behave as humans. See, I tend to love the flaw because it gives me room for correction.
When I sit here and I speak with you, you sound like the common man.
Well,
you sound like the common man. And the other day we were talking.
I just finished throwing cases of sodas. So, I am a common man, sir.
But when you lead, you don't lead with your credentials. And I'm not going to put your credentials out there. I mean, you don't. When I've been around you, a whole year?
I got paperwork, yeah. I got
and
paperwork.
this man got paperwork.
Yeah.
But this man don't sit up and lead with his educational journey and adventure.
And I'll tell you why I don't do that.
But other people throw that and flaunt that like that's supposed to be the key to get the car started. Because
it does in a lot of people's minds. So when you come in with your titles and your awards and all those accolades you like to mention, you humble the people around you. You feel me? So it is psychological. Everything that I've been trying to explain to people has something to do with what I learned in psychology. It's a way of taking a dominant role. So when a person walks into a room and you introduce them as Dr. So-and-so, everybody who's not a doctor looks up to that person. You feel me? Gotcha. So if a person walks in the room and say, I'm Congressman so-and-so, now everybody again looking up to that person. America is built on titles. That's how this country functions. It's a class system, basically. And so the reason I don't do that is because I want to talk to a person. I want to talk to the person, and I want the person to talk to me. So I just say, hey, I'm Purtis, or call me Trey. Because I want you to talk to me. And I want you to say exactly what's on your mind, however you're going to say it. And I don't want to, interfere with that in any way by trying to give you a, look at this, look at my plaque and my award and my this, that, and the other. And yeah.
What's that word again?
Authenticity.
Would you please Google that and just give me the definition of it?
Hey, Siri. Google authenticity. Don't make me laugh when I'm trying to talk to her. Cancel, Siri. She looked it up anyway.
Because this, when I saw this, this was my impression of being in your space for the past year.
Authenticity.
Because I was looking for you because of your humanity manuscript.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Authenticity is the practice of aligning your actions, words, and behaviors with your core values, beliefs, and true self rather than conforming to external pressure. Yeah. So now I'm gonna say I conformed a little today. Somebody told me to wear a jacket and a tie because they need to see me in it. And I'm like, I had to put something together because my only suits are burying suits for when I'm working at the funeral home. Yeah, well, I try not to tell that joke, sir.
My dad in the funeral home business.
You really?
We got a lot. We got more in common than I think we got.
I don't think I knew that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I didn't know your family was in the business.
Yes, sir.
Be dead the first time.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna tell no jokes with you. You go ahead.
I want to hear one.
Yeah,
offline, though.
I'm not doing it.
So your authenticity.
I tell you this though. I will say this before you say that. It gives you a great insight into real preachers.
It does.
So when people hear me talking to preachers, trust me, I'm behind the scenes with them too. And so I'm not out here telling you anything I tell them this in their face. So what you're seeing is me maybe, telling another conversation. I know who these people are, See, it's like this. And this is the level I try to tell people. It's like God, you see how it's God, and then it's the funeral director, and then it's the preacher. See, I'm the last one to let you down. Now, see, that's the funeral home joke too. Get it? The last one to let you down. I'm the last one to let you down.
Last one.
See, get it? See, he missed that, ladies and gentlemen.
I missed it.
Yeah, see, you got to go back to them old people and talk to that one. Yeah, see, I talked to them elders, and they said, I'm the last one to let you down.
Last one to let you down.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this little clip right here, and we won't be able to hear it, but I think, hold on, not that one. This one right here. This is one I love about popularity. Okay, here we go. Do we ever have ownership of knowing that these are our employees?
I think it's in the way we have been
and they
programmed over the past few years.
They are the elected officials.
And I'm going to speak on
who walk around here like they some kings and queens.
Dark-skinned folks.
Okay.
We don't like
light-skinned folks.
We're going to deal with them.
And celebrities.
No, because sometimes it's like this. You can learn a lot from crossing
because
over
they're doing a terrible job. If you were at your job and had the performance record, you'd be fired too.
Everybody.
Okay.
It wasn't a black and white.
No, I'm just
thing
serious
like
though.
you
If
have
we
here.
treat this like a real job and we're really their bosses as we are,
it's what I would like
then
to see.
if you look at the performance of the past 20 to 30 years of these people, it's almost like, how did they keep the job this long?
Everybody living next door.
How did they keep the job this long?
So
I'm like,
what I see with that celebrity mentality is we've been don't criticize.
I think for a while things were good enough, so to speak. And when things were good enough, it was no reason for us to complain. We were good enough. And I'll say this, poor people have always taken care of each other and shared amongst each other. So it's really hard for us to break spirit. And when you broke the spirit by us not being able to share, that's when I think we got vocal. You know what I'm saying? When my mama couldn't send plates next door anymore because the price of food, electricity, gas, and water went up, that's when we start to complain. You feel me? When the neighbors can't take the old ladies to the store as frequently as they used to, and they have to start managing it once a month because gas prices are higher and the bills are higher in the electricity, that's when we start complaining and pushing back. See, as long as we were kind of comfortable and able to do that normal little routine we did, we didn't have much to say. It was easy to go in there and check that box, keep it moving. But now we're starting to see the effects of our voting. And our voting is coming back to haunt us because we're starting to see more and more internet leaks of, and I'm not going to call them leaks, I'm going to say shares of things that are taking place in other countries. You know, we're hearing things that are taking place in countries where the United States is giving money. Those people have free health care and free college.
Power.
Make it make sense.
I want to pivot, and guys, don't, you know, there's a lot of different angles to this, and the last time you spoke about being angry, being angry.
Yeah.
So we won't be able to hear this. Are you able to hear this on your phone? This is a clip from Angry, American Gods, episode 2. This gentleman is a comedian. I think he wrote this scene himself. I'm not for sure now, guys. I'm not for sure, but but it was about us. And our position in the market. And I think when he wrote this, it was so whatever it was that I think he ended up losing or being written out of the script after this.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But let me just play this because, you know, you said, hey, man, I'm really angry about I think it was about the behavior of adults. I'm angry about leadership.
Treatment of these children.
I'm angry about sheep that look like humans, not making decisive and correct and right decisions.
Just go and say cross the board angry, sir.
Okay.
Just cross the board.
Cross the board, okay.
Yeah. Trying to find happiness
Okay.
would be a easier way to do that.
All right, so you got
Yeah,
so you can hear it?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. And it's got some language in it, and, you know, it is what it is.
Parental guidance.
Yeah, for grown folks.
Yeah.
All right.
Be advised.
A picture of what's waiting for you on the shore. You arrive in America,
Can you hear it?
land of opportunity, milk and honey, and guess what? You all get to be slaves.
This is
Split up,
real.
sold off, and worked to death. The lucky ones get Sunday off to sleep and buck and make more slaves and all for what? For cotton, indigo, for a fucking purple shirt. The only good news is the tobacco your grandkids are gonna farm for free is gonna give a shitload of these white motherfuckers cancer. And I ain't even started yet. 100 years later, you're fucked. 100 years after that, fucked. 100 years after you get free, you still getting fucked out of job and shot at by police. You see what I'm saying? This guy gets it. I like him. He's getting angry. Angry is good. Angry gets shit done.
Are people starting to get angry?
No, they are. I can see it on Facebook. I think that they're trying to calm America down right now. And I don't think it's working. I think they just messed up tremendously with the Iran attack. So now you done pushed us again. But according to your president, that's on purpose. I'm trying to push it into Armageddon. So we have to have an understanding right now of what's really taking place. See, we live in this real world, but there is a behind the scenes world that we all talk about, but we don't want to address. See, we don't want to do anything but address God and Jesus and the angels are good and how I'm gonna get raptured up and how I'm gonna be forgiven. We don't want to talk about the evils of the world, the deceit, the lying, the killing, this baby abducting stuff. See, that's negative, and we don't want to talk about it. Well, how can we fix it if we don't discuss it? How can we stop it if we don't address it? And so right now, I'm wondering, why are our Congress people, why are our mayors so silent? I don't hear you saying any. Where's the anger in what's going on. And now we're not moving on. And I was going to say that dude's name, but I ain't going to give him the respect of saying it, because how in the world what's worse than what's happening? And you want me to move on? How about this? You know what? We should start arresting everybody and putting them in Guantanamo Bay if they do 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, because damn it, we can't get nobody arrested for hurting these children and these women.
Right.
So I'm wondering, have we lost our minds following these people into war? These people are now sending our children into war, and they some pedophiles. Murdering, no, not just regular pedophiles, murdering, eating.
Upper level.
Super level, crazy to us level. Like, this is who we are militarily supporting their actions.
Making decisions and choices for people's families.
Yeah. So we did vote for them now, so we have to take that hit. We voted for everybody in Congress. We voted for everybody who's been president. Do you think
people are really awakening to what's going on and how it affects them? Or do they still say, well, hey, that only applies to that group of people over there. That don't apply to this?
Well, my mama says she finally heard about the eating babies.
I just heard about it yesterday, too.
You know,
I heard about it yesterday. I'm like, damn, this is really, it's out there, but it has really become a part of the news.
It has not become a big enough part.
No, it has.
It should be the only thing on the news. Firing one lady, they keep trying to bring up this stuff about ICE, and I get it. ICE is a problem. However, we got a bigger problem. Because if you think they stopped doing it because they caught Epstein, or if they faked his death and moved him out the way so you couldn't see him, because I watched the video the other night, and they were talking about the autopsy of the man. So this is the kind of evil we're dealing with here. So they're talking about his autopsy. And they said in the autopsy, the person notated how his prostate was swollen. Jeffrey Epstein in emails says he had his prostate removed. Both of those things can't be true. So do we trust these people to be actually putting people in jail? Can we trust any of them? And so if it goes to they're moving people and lying about their actual death, then I say all of Congress is guilty of that because they know about it. So they have to go. Our problem is we think the system is going to crash somehow if these people who work with their hands in their pockets somehow go to jail. I'm sorry. They work with their hands in their pockets. Most of them have people who are doing their jobs for them. We need to quit thinking stupid. Ask yourself, when your boss went on vacation, the CEO of your company, did anything stop moving?
I'm going to ask you again. This word is
authenticity.
Is your superpower. Own it unapologetically. When I'm sitting here having this conversation with Mr. Williams, with Dr. Williams, I'm not in here asking about what are you going to do subliminally? What are your plans? Because all this shit sound like the same speech.
Well, I actually got plans.
And you say you say you have the plans. Would you read again what authenticity means? Would you read that again? You can listen or be in spaces with people and tell that their heart and their spirit is consciously available to do what's right.
Authenticity is the practice of aligning your actions, words, and behaviors with your core values, beliefs, and self, rather than conforming to external pressures. It involves radical self-acceptance, owning your choices, and living genuinely. Key benefits include deeper, more meaningful connections with others and improved mental well-being.
You walk and talk and sleep and eat that.
Yeah, I sleep very good every night, sir. I don't have any problems. If I like I told you earlier, I own the imperfectness, and it makes me apologize when I do something wrong because I know I'm imperfect. I don't expect to do everything right. I know how to do something and still mess up sometime. But I live in that because I can't grow if I'm not ever making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You can't grow if you don't make mistakes. You can't learn if you're always right. So what is your human existence if you think you always right and never apologize for anything? And that's what I try to explain to people. It's not hard to apologize. It is something that requires strength. You know, it requires you to be humble to do it. And a lot of people lack humility. They lack the strength of being wrong. See, they want the pat on the head, the accolades. They want to get invited to the award ceremony. But you know, when your boss or someone pulls you to the side and says, hey, you did that wrong, and you feel bad, well, you know what I'm saying? You start to feel bad when they say, let me pull you to the side, let me show you did this wrong, and blah, blah, blah. I look at it as, oh, wow, okay, now I'm learning. I didn't know that. Now I do. You know, it's not so much to me about them saying, and whatever words they use, saying you did it wrong. Well, I can't do it wrong if I don't know what I'm doing. You feel me? I can only be trying to do it. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
See, I'm only trying to do something. Did I do it wrong? No, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying. Now, the only way to do it wrong is if I knew how to do it right.
Right.
See, we have people who are in office who know how to do it right. But look at our communities.
And they choosing to.
They choosing to do wrong. They're choosing to get the gas money with zero intentions on taking us anywhere.
Say that one more. Say that again, Mr.
They getting the gas money, but they don't have any intentions on taking us anywhere. Now, see, what they're going to do is get all that gas money, and they're going to stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. Ain't took anybody anywhere. And then right before the election, I'm going to give a couple rides out. Because you're going to remember.
I'm going to give a couple of fish.
I'm going to give out a couple rides, and I'm going to take pictures of me giving rides.
I'm going to make a lot of noise.
Now, I ain't gave out no rides in 11 months. But this next month.
These next 2 weeks.
These next 2 weeks, damn it. Now, ain't nobody been in my Bentley in 11 months. But I'm giving out some rides these last 2 weeks.
These last 2 weeks.
And I'm going to take a gang of pictures, and you're going to notice me. And I'm going to even show you my chauffeur, who I want you to like too, in case I get out the car. So here's this guy here. He works with me in Washington. You know, allegedly, we don't work together. But we still work in Washington together and somehow represent the same or representing or wanting to represent the same district, but we have no idea who one another are. And I need you to believe that.
Make it make sense.
No, I need you to believe that.
I need to believe it.
You need
Don't
to believe
make sense.
that.
I just need to believe
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't have to make sense. It just needs to be believed so that when you check that box and you get the same thing, you feel like you had a choice.
Are you in the middle of the box of the choices?
Well, I'm the only choice that actually matters.
Okay.
See, the other two choices don't relate to you.
Share that with me again.
Working class people know what working class people need. And that's the period, point and the blank. See, I don't have the Harvard Law School friends to call. I don't have the Yale friends. I'm not bumping elbows with the Oxford grads. I'm not Ivy League-ish. I had to piece together I'm going to go and buy, I promise y'all, I'm going to go and buy a shirt and a tie and all this stuff so I can look presentable for this situation. But I'm a working class person. Like I told Hal, I just finished unloading the van. I ran home and tried to find to run up
You
here.
look nice this evening.
Thank you, sir.
But you look nice. Anytime you show up, you look presentable.
Well, you know, I try to shine, but Vaseline.
Because what's the word that we talking about tonight? Authenticity. Your authenticity shines through. It glows loudly.
Well, you gave me a later start, so I had a chance to get off work, run home for a second.
Well, I had to have you in here tonight.
Well,
we made a commitment. We made a commitment that we were going to be consistent.
Yeah. And we just need the people to be consistent.
We need them to be angry as hell.
We need them to be consistent with their votes. We
be
just need
angry
them to
when you walk in there.
Change their mindset. See, I need you to get up and go and vote, yes. But I need you to look around before you do. Look around and remember. See, they don't want you to remember 30 years ago. They don't want you to remember how cheap it was, or let's say how the cost of living.
How affordable
realistic life was. Yeah. How things made more sense and we still had struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But
it wasn't this kind of struggle though.
No, I'm gonna tell you something, man. It broke my heart, and I talked to Herman about it, and I hope he is right. I hope he's right. And I got a picture, which is even terribler. But so I'm taking a break today. I'm in Yazoo City, and saw this man. He had to be 80 something years old, but he was picking up a DoorDash. That's what caught my attention. He picked up a DoorDash, and Herman said, well, maybe he's doing it, so he can stay active. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's doing it so he can stay active. And that's what I'm a hope he's doing it for. Is so he can stay active and keep moving around, and it's better than retirement. But the thing that shocked me the most is that he was wearing a retired vet hat.
Tell me it's not true.
No, I got a picture of it, so it's true. But like I said, I hope it's what Herman said, and that maybe he's doing it, to stay active.
Man doing it to survive.
Maybe he's doing it to stay active.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that's what the case is.
But he's surviving. Okay, we have about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Is there anything that the people need to know?
Yeah, let me give y'all something right quick. I'm gonna give you
Feed me something.
All right, so I saw a video today. I watched part of it because I was driving, and it had this person talking about Benny Thompson in a good note and about these jobs he brought to their community. If you read my plans that are posted on Changes Here 2026, this create 400 and some jobs is ridiculous to me. I'm trying to employ everybody who is working age, and not the 17-year-old like Howard said last time, because I want them to still be learners. I'm talking about 20 pluses. This plan creates jobs for everybody, local community jobs around your community, so you're not driving 30 minutes to a location. And here's the one I'm gonna give you, and this is regardless of what happens. We're gonna win, but the micro farms that you bring in, right? So I have a plan that turns our city into like this pilot city where we're actually growing fruits and vegetables throughout the city. And here's the thing. I have a way of producing what they call it, aqueduct system, so that everything is watered and beautified at the same time. And all of this creates jobs because the people who are in the community where you live, you're harvesting these vegetables and fruits, and you're taking them to the local, in your community, farmers market, where you can go and make donations and get foods, but it feeds the community and it shuts down the food deserts and get foods, but it feeds the community.
Hey, well, let me ask you this. But that sounds like a crazy man talking.
Well, somebody just said they trying to do Armageddon and he was president.
So how crazy can crazy be?
So I said, well, why don't I be crazier and think that we can feed
He only
everybody?
eat babies and stuff, huh?
Yeah. Why don't,
Allegedly
drinking blood and want to kill people. So why don't we, farm
You all
it,
right with me, Mr. Williams?
turn our
Bro, Williams,
cities.
you all right with me?
Hey, I'm trying
I
my
don't want
best.
to take away your educational title, but you all right with me, bro, Williams?
Hey man, you don't need to give it to me. I like the bro part better. It keep us on a smooth, common level, and we can talk. And laugh.
What's your studies background?
Studies?
Yeah, as far
everything.
as your degree wise,
You want to know the real deal?
Yeah,
All right,
that college, that
All right.
stamp of approval by the college, the university system.
So I started out in engineering,
Okay,
electrical engineering.
that go
because
that aqueduct system.
I wanted to be an astronaut actually, and I found out that the background needed to be in engineering or other fields.
Okay,
So I went into engineering, and my first year in, I found out that they're what they call them, satellite repairmen.
okay.
That's we're not going anywhere. And I'm a Star Trekker, so I'm like, this is kind of killing that dream of wanting to be that. So I changed physics and astronomy when I transferred.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to pre-law. Yeah.
So you got a very diverse.
And I did business administration.
Okay.
And then PhD in the humanities. So I'm a
Man, you are
humanitarian.
well-rounded.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then you understand struggle.
But here's the thing, though. I'm not gonna claim struggle so much. Because I'm gonna say I had a blessing.
Okay.
Because my father was in politics. I had a trust fund growing up.
Okay.
So I wasn't just broke,
Right.
but we were still living in impoverished communities because the judge didn't want to let us have any money.
Okay.
So the judge was jealous. So we weren't, I wasn't just poor. So when I went to college, I took classes I wanted to take. I was able to go in as a freshman and take junior classes. I wanted to talk to the juniors and seniors. So I didn't take 100 level classes like everybody else. I went in 200, 300 level. Plus I was already a super nerd in school.
I find it hard to believe, but go ahead.
Because things
cool.
changed in college.
College will change
College will change you.
Yeah.
You think that a different world, and Dwayne Wayne is the smooth, cool, smart guy.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's not real college. That's TV college. See, in real college, women like thugs and tough guys. Goons. They like, it's
Killers.
like they like the guys that shouldn't be in college.
You're looking at like, how the hell you end up here? Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say this in the defense of ladies. Maybe we were attracted to girls that liked those kind of guys.
Oh, I like the way you.
And we weren't attracted to the good girls, which we should have been.
That makes
doing.
sense.
So I'm gonna take that back.
That makes sense.
I'm not gonna say that the women were attracted to.
I like the way you acknowledge a way of presenting it a different way.
Yeah, I think that might have been us only noticing those type of women.
You didn't blame and shame a particular mindset.
Because when you grow up a little bit, you have to look at yourself sometimes.
You got to start with self first.
And say, hey, why are you looking at her and not her?
Right.
Why are you checking out her and not her?
Right.
Are you thinking with big head
or little
bitty?
Yeah, itty bitty.
And so when you self-examine, I say there's a lot of good women out there, and they did the same thing I did to get attention. It's kind of like that movie, Grease Lightning. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So Grease
Lightning had
Lightning
a lot of messages. It had a lot of subliminal messages in it.
Yeah, and I say that movie kind of changed how we view dating.
Right.
It went from this is a good girl, and she would make a great wife and mother of your children. But
what she want? What does she want?
She wanted a greaser who is going to be a terrible dad, probably cheat on you, and maybe beat you sometime.
Right.
But she switched over to the tight pants and the halter tops to get him. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so they did the same thing in another movie where the guy switched over from the nerd to the greaser guy, remember? So they basically are showing us how to downgrade ourselves basically as a society. So instead of us chasing the intellect, the
upper level,
the good housewife, the nurturer, the real mother,
we want the party girl.
We want something that's hot and spicy. Knowing,
I'll tear your stomach up.
knowing well that everybody likes hot and spicy, and hot and spicy knows everybody likes them.
Right.
So they get a lot of attention and they enjoy it, and you get your heart broke trying to chase hot and spicy. So we failed to ignore the program that they were trying to feed us. We fell right in line to it.
We got caught in the trap. We fell in the hole, the rabbit hole.
We got caught in that. And so we grow up, and we start to learn, I got to do better. I got to make better decisions. Everybody doesn't do that. Everybody doesn't get to the point where they self-examine and do better.
I do self-inventory. All this week you've been giving me this little prayer.
Mm-hmm.
All this week, you've been probably for the past year, you've been giving me the serenity. Hit that for me.
Oh yeah, man. We got to accept the things we cannot change. We got to have the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It took me a long time of quoting it and saying it a lot to actually get it,
to live it.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I went through the program, and I swear I cannot remember. I'm not living it, but I am living it. But you tickled me the other day when you was driving away.
Yeah.
This man pulled right around the corner where I couldn't get to him, and tell him what you yelled out at me.
Accept the things you cannot change.
There's so much truth to it.
And I love that prayer. It is
very profound.
It speaks to the whole person. What can you do about it?
Right.
Honestly. And if it's nothing, then have the wisdom to know that. Now, don't make something you can do into a nothing you're going to do. A lot of times we're like, is there something you can do? Yes, there is. What are you going to do? Nothing. That's not the wisdom. That's the fear. Put that armor on, know that God goes before you, and get out here and do it. And like I got to tell you, I know you keep looking at the time. The power of the word, that's something I keep trying to explain to people. If you notice, and I said notice, these people love attention.
What people is that? These leaders?
The leaders that you have, they love attention. They do not like their legacies to be destroyed. And if you think that's not something that's important, then you really need to pay attention to their body language when they get negative information.
When they're giving it?
Getting it.
Okay.
See, they give it all the time. See, they'll tell you ain't nothing. You fat, you stupid, you a stupid reporter. You ain't nothing. Your president does that consistently. But now, call him stupid. Say he a pedo. He'll start a war on you to keep you from calling him names. See, they can't stand it. Tell Benny Thompson to show me more that you've done in 30 years. It's been 30 years. Something. Tell me something. I heard about the 450 jobs over 30 years, one building, one plant. You don't want to claim the casinos, I'm sure, because the people feel like the casinos came in and pulled all the money out of their communities, but it didn't fund the schools like they promised.
You can't tell.
It didn't fix the streets like they promised.
You can go to Greenville and see that.
Man, you can go to Vicksburg too.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything that they promised, just like they're right now letting these data centers come in. Clinton is in District 2, Benny Thompson District. It sure is. They get in the data center, and man, I got to look it up, but they giving these data centers 20-year contracts, promising them electricity and water access. And guess what happens to you? Your bill is going up.
We paying for that.
You're paying for it.
I'm paying for that.
How are we paying for Amazon to have a tax break? And they're talking about record profits in the hundreds of billions. Make that make sense to me. And that's why I say it. If y'all vote for an incumbent or somebody who works in Washington, somebody who you know is a part of this system, you should not say anything going forward ever again.
Be angry on the 10th.
You need to be angry on the 10th.
Be angry.
You need to be angry in November. You need to be angry when you see them. You need to go to a council meeting and be mad. I'm talking, bruh, they're bringing in a data center to Clinton to raise these people water bill and electricity, promising we're gonna bring all these new jobs in. It's gonna remember I told you for 5 years of them building it. Yeah, it's gonna be a boom over there. After that's gone, you're gonna have a big square ugly building, humming, making noise, light pollution, and let us not forget the smog in the morning from the diesel generators. Are we serious right now? Our uneducated, and see, that's why I try to tell people about the things I did in college are different than everybody else. I didn't follow the script that they gave me. Like, they gave me a piece of paper and they said, take this class, and in 4 years you graduate. I was like, nope. I want to take this class, because I want to learn something. And that's what I did. I could afford to do it, and that's what I did. So those people who go in there and say, I got a degree, and that piece of paper, they stupid, man. They only know that one thing I told you. They know that liberal arts degree they got, which is garbage. They know engineering that they got, which is wonderful. I'm an English major. Who majors in English? History major. Come on now. If you get a BS in barbecuing, you can go get a master's in psychology. And a lot of people don't know how the system works. You just need to have a BS to get into the master's program.
Right.
It can be sewing. I got a BS in sewing, but I have a master's in engineering. You feel me? So which one do you think people see? The master's in engineering. They don't see the BS in sewing. So what we're looking at a lot of times is people who, like you said, they credentials and stuff. They got they
lead with their credentials, and not their authenticity. They lead with their credentials,
and that's why I don't, because I want to talk to you. See, when you think this dude is intelligent, it's not because you thought it from my title.
No joke.
You feel me? You like I said, we know each other for a whole year.
I didn't even know until a few weeks ago. I was
Right.
like, damn, really?
And I'm like,
and what did I say? You don't act like that. You don't carry yourself like that.
Because I'm not leading with that.
You don't act like that. Do me one more. Do me one more on this authenticity.
I got to read some stuff.
Yeah, just one more time, brother, because these folks ain't listening.
These people know what
These
authenticity is as much as they say it.
Hey, check this out. We say things that we don't know.
No.
We say things we don't know.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
Yeah, we say things, and I want you all to be angry on the 10th.
Be angry.
Because being angry gets shit done.
You should be angry when you look at District 2 and know that it is not a part of Fondren. You should be angry when you know that. But Fondren is getting remodeled, rebuilt, big parking garage. We still waiting for stuff over here in District 2. I'm hoping that the Metro Center thing is legit. Is legit. I hadn't been by there though.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's
that
real.
is legit long term. We can always do something short term.
I'm hoping it's environmental friendly also.
Okay.
You know, because that is in the heart of the city. It's a great location for, you know, something that could have been entertainment wise is what I had a plan for in that area. But again, we'll have to see how that works out.
Okay.
Because
we ain't throwing no rocks or pebbles. We just gotta wait and see.
You're providing jobs for people that are livable wage. I'm not throwing no rocks at it. I just, like I said, I've looked up some concrete manufacturing facilities. They seem to be extremely high in CO2 production. So I'm hoping that this is not that type of facility.
Right.
But again, I don't know.
Brother, you are a research-informed individual.
Well, I have nothing else to do with my time. So
but you're doing something productive.
Well, you know, when God tell you to go do something, you don't really get to half-a it.
Right.
You got to go all in. So I know a whole lot of stuff that a lot of people say, that's some garbage. Well, actually, if you watch the TV right now, all that stuff I've been telling
I
y'all,
can't watch it. Yeah.
it's pretty much happening right now.
It sure is.
I'm like, are you not paying attention? So authenticity, real quick, is the practice of aligning actions, words, and behaviors with one's true self, core values, and beliefs, rather than conforming to external pressure. And don't forget what God told you in the Bible now, or the Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not conform. I'm saying it backwards. Do not conform to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Authenticity says the same thing as be true to yourself rather than conforming to external pressures. You know, it fosters high self-esteem, better mental health, a deeper relationship and deeper relationships. So you're not lying to somebody, you know, about your intentions in a relationship. You know, key challenges include the fear of judgment, potential social consequences, and continuous effort required for self-awareness. See, they changed it this time. And when we looked at it the first time, that's a different ending. But I like that. It fosters high self-esteem, better mental health, and deeper relationships. Key challenges include the fear of judgment. See, that's one of the reasons why people aren't authentic. Yeah, that's the reason why they're not. It's because they're scared of being judged. Let me tell you what the Bible say about that. Yes, it does say, judge not, lest ye be judged. But it also says, judge with righteous judgment. So you hear a lot of people say, don't judge me, you can be judged. Well, I tell you, judge me. So, because I'm going to judge you. So you need to get to judging. Because I use righteous judgment when I deal with people. I'm not just throwing stuff out there. I'm using righteous judgment, which is in the Bible to do. And people need to use righteous judgment. You need to look at what a person has done and see how bad is that. See, people like to say Purtis was a fool, but Purtis was single with no children, living a single man's life. That's what Purtis was. Purtis wasn't lying, cheating, stealing, beating women. He wasn't raping women. He wasn't out here getting women pregnant and having babies outside. Purtis wasn't doing none of that. See, a lot of people were mad at me because while they were having kids and being responsible adults, I was still at 112 in Atlanta because I didn't have any children. I didn't have those responsibilities. I wanted a wife and kids, but God didn't bless me with that. Not at that time. So a lot of what people think about me, Purtis was partying. He was avoiding responsibility. He was. God had called him and he kept hanging the phone up. He was running is what he was doing. He was no way trying to follow in his father's footsteps because that led him to dead. Malcolm X, dead. King, dead. Meg Evans, dead. Starker Carmichael, dead. Why would I want to follow that? And then I said, not without resistance. Let God go before you, and then you walk behind. See, quit trying to go out there and be seen and be the man and be the in the face. Let God go handle the business first, and then you walk up to the victory. See, everything I've been trying to tell y'all and give you a warning is coming. They're showing it to you right now. It doesn't get any more demonic than it is right now. It can't be more in your face telling you that this is about to happen. Are you ready? And who do you want to send in the battle? Make a choice. You sending somebody in there who you is 78 years old, got that fight in them? You sending somebody who already in Washington ain't had the fight in them yet? When they gonna get it now? Are you gonna get somebody who you know stay angry, who been fighting, who hadn't showed you too many happy moments? So you just got to make a decision on who you think your best fighter is when it comes to what's going on. And I told you, it shouldn't be an incumbent reelected who has been there more than 8 years come November. It shouldn't be one. This is a chance for America to start over because the world, we're embarrassed right now. We're an embarrassment to the world.
Community Connections Conversations with our very own Mr. Purtis Herman Williams III. This coming Tuesday from 7 to 7. There are no party lines. You can vote for who you want. You can go with something that's already been doing what it's been doing, or you can go with something different.
That's what you got. And working class people know what working class people need.
And I want you to do this. I want you to be angry. Be angry. Don't be fooled.
If you're not angry, just go to my feed. You'll get angry.
And we're going to end on this prayer without works by my guy, Mr. Andy Jaguar, I believe it is. I done got tired. I got burnt.
Yeah, man, I got to get up 5 o'clock in the morning.
Jag Nation. And we're going to end it on this note here. You guys have a great evening. Sunday, we've got Judge Hodges that's going to be here to inform and educate us and connect us. Man, I am really excited about you doing what you're doing.
I'm looking forward to Tuesday. I got something big coming Sunday. And I want to thank everybody who has been showing me some support.
Hey, what we doing? What a watch party is? What we gonna have the finger sandwiches at?
I got to go to work Wednesday.
This man.
And I understand.
Give
everybody,
me the checkbook, baby.
I can't do like everybody. I got to go to work Wednesday, so I'm gonna be watching.
You're a working man.
I probably won't even find out until Tuesday. Wednesday morning what's up because I got to work. I'm a working class person, and until we win this thing, I have to be at work just like the rest of y'all. I don't get to show up. Like I had a offer to do WJTV, and I couldn't make it. I got to go to work.
You got to work because you're working.
And trust me, as much as I know that is an important thing to do, and it'll push my campaign further, I have an obligation, also. So put the working class people in place. If I can't show up for every event, but I'm going to show up for you just like I'm showing up for my job. You feel me? I'm showing up for my job because that's my responsibility. So if you don't think I'm gonna show up for y'all too, and guess what? My boss love me, and I'm extremely good at what I do. So that's what I bring to the table for you. Quick learner, extremely good at what I do, and I'm gonna get something done.
Hey, and hit that A word for me one more time.
Authenticity is a must, and people know that about me. Though.
Yeah,
they know that. They know I'm not even. If I was doing something to make y'all like me, I probably have some followers.
Yeah.
With all this information, come on, man. I'm gonna tell you something I saw. Facebook showed me the other day. They said your views are down by half. You need to post more. So I went into the profile thing to see what's up, and it was like you down to 13,000 viewers. And I'm like 13,000? Yeah, that's down by 56%. And I'm like, so 56%. That's almost 30,000. And I had slowed down on some posts. So they showing me that I have a big reach.
Right.
I'm just not getting likes and shares for some reason.
People don't want the truth.
But how are people saying it though?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, I hope the message gets out to everybody, and we get out here and we make a difference on Tuesday.
Be angry on Tuesday.
Not a let's wait and see what happened kind of Tuesday. I'm saying read them plans and you know what's going to happen kind of Tuesday.
Community Connections Conversations with Purtis Herman Williams III.
Real change, I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need, that we need. Real plans for real change. I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need.
I'm wearing this shirt so that I can get close to people that I probably couldn't normally get close to. Because what we're doing is I changed it to Make America, if you look and see, God is great again.
Okay.
Because what we're trying to do is give a message of peace, love, and hope. Because what I'm trying
I can see if we repeat the cycles, we'll see the same thing and no change. If we don't follow this man's plans that he got from a heaven above. Love, 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 love. And I know plans for real change. I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need. We need. I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need. We need. Real plans for real change. Real chance for real change. I know this sounds strange. Real plans for real change. He's the man. Real plans for real change that we need. Real plans for real change. Real plans for real change. I know this sounds strange. Real plans for real change. That we need. That we need. That we need. That's why I know he's real plans for real.
Hey, 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 hey.
I know this sounds strange. That's why I know he's the man that we need.
I'm wearing this shirt so that I can get close to people that I probably couldn't normally get close to. Because what we're doing is I changed it to Make America, if you look and see, God is great again.
Okay.
Because what we're trying to do is give a message of peace, love, and hope. Because what I'm trying
I can see if we repeat the cycles, we'll see the same thing and no change. If we don't follow
Do we lose that perspective? Or do we ever have ownership of knowing that these are our employees?
I think it's in the way we have been programmed over the past few years with, and I'm gonna speak on us for a second,
right?
Dark-skinned folks.
Okay.
We don't like
light-skinned folks.
We're gonna deal with them in a minute. No, because sometimes it's like this.
That even has some.
You can learn a lot from crossing over and meeting other people. Remember, I told you I got back from LA.
Right.
I loved it. It was everybody.
Okay.
It wasn't a black and white thing like you have here.
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting
too many
pot.
flavors.
And I loved it. It was
too many flavors in the crayon box.
It's what I would like to see Jackson, Mississippi and surrounding areas become. Is where are our Asian brothers, where are our Indian brothers and sisters, and
our Hispanics.
Everybody living next door to each other.
Right.
So what I see with that celebrity mentality is we've been, don't criticize